What's up, guys? Hades here. So today I want to talk about Tower of Knowledge and one of the new legendary skills, Infinite Firepower. Now, when we first had these 4 skills before the new life protection, I was in favor of Infinite Firepower. I thought if I was ever going to get one, this is the one I would get. The stats on it look insane. I was not a big drastic action fan. I didn't think single target would be that good. All the best characters, Menko and Poseidon, would not use it very well as I predicted, and I have been correct so far. Most of the Mega Whales are not using it in their main march. It has become a secondary march. I am a relatively decent advocate of Last Stand, except no one has it yet or just doesn't use it. And my current skill of choice is Infinite Firepower. Now, why do I like this skill? First of all, the 50% chance every 3 seconds is a crazy amount of proc damage. Most skills in comparison aren't close. The most heavy damage mage skill for a long time has been Annihilation, which is 45% chance every 6, so it's less percent and double the time for 300%. And you look at this one, it's half the time for a higher percent for 400. So already damage wise, it almost doubles it. Actually, it's more than double it. Now, another skill that people tend to like on their main march is every 3 seconds there's a 50% chance, which is exactly the same. That 3 random, and I believe the other one is 4, take spell damage and reduce their magical defense. But the spell damage is tiny, right? It's 125%, but then the boost of magical damage is very nice. You proc spell disintegrator, your ultimate, and your other skills do more damage, right? But the damage itself is not very high. And then we look at this skill, and it does all enemies for almost 4 times. It's 3 times as much, really. So it does 3 times as much damage. But then the cherry on top is this increased energy regen speed, which is 25%. The most comparable skill we have here, I would say, is probably Battle Stance, but there's a huge drawback to Battle Stance, which is you do 70% less damage for 20 seconds. And this is dramatic, right? This becomes a slow skill, and you do almost nothing in the beginning of the fight, which delays you so much, but then you get the 35% bonus and you rapid fire your ultimate off, right? Now, you just get it here with no downside. You get less, regen speed, but you get it up front at the start of battle, means you get your ultimates off faster. I see a lot of people combining Infinite Firepower with Battle Stance, which I'm not a big fan of. A lot of them are finding success with it because they already win in these scenarios, but I find them counterintuitive. I'm not a fan of combining these two. I would much prefer stacking this with damage skills, base damage, because you're going to get your ultimate off more, things like demonic or anger, things like this. But I don't think there's a great skill to combine it with, but I think it's a great one-off skill. Now, I finally got my first taste of it in our last IB. I want to show a report that I have personally, and I believe it's this one. Nope, this one. Here it is. This guy's got Loki level 8 with firepower, and like I said, that Battle Stance on top of it. Now, the reason I don't like Battle Stance on Loki, especially paired with this, is Loki is a supportive hero by nature with his confuse, right? Like, he'd be a pretty solid hero without the damage if it was just to confuse. His damage is just a bonus on top. But you're gonna have 20 seconds where you just can't gain energy, right? So the first 20 seconds of battle, this extra speed is useless. You're not getting your confuse off. It's useless, but it's just not going to matter because he's got everything. He's got the max Holy Dragon. He's got Athena. I'm not going to be able to kill his Menko. But I do get significant damage on his Loki, and I want to show kind of how the battle plays out. Now, I naturally counter his Loki with my Himiko, which makes it very nice. Alex is cleaving as Alex, so I'm going to stop his healer from getting a whole bunch of value, I believe, based on what I saw in the report. And we'll see once the first ultimate comes down from Himiko. Right there. Yep, Theodore's in the realm. You can tell by the little purple thing. And you can see that he's really taking significant damage here, right? The backline carries can get abused here. And then my Himiko gets a second one off, putting Loki in the realm, and another one putting Athena back in the realm. And I get a ton of damage here on the Loki. But what ends up happening is I have a low damage carry, and he has a high damage carry, which just out damages Alex just a cut above in these kinds of battles. And then the main factor is the dragon skill, that bonus damage and armor they get in retaliation once they lose percentage, alongside the bonuses that Athena's giving. It's mostly just Athena passive making them so bulky, but you know, it is what it is. I don't mind that. I am actually very happy with this report. If I can do 50% of a mega whale, you know, if I have any of my teammates or allies behind me with similar marches, they're going to be able to take this person out. So I'm very happy with this report. Now, I have a little bit more, data from Infinite Firepower, and it comes from reports I was given recently. I believe it's here. Yeah, it's here. Another one I found from a report. This is just going to give you some more information, like how important is Infinite Firepower to your march. Just to click each hero and see their skills here, you can see that this is not his main march, but he does have Loki, and I do like this build a lot more. There's coercive power. He's getting the 200 bonus. Now he's increasing speed, and the more times he ults, the more heavy lifters he's proccing off. Now this looks like a good team composition, a good skill composition, but it's going to be a second strong march versus an actual main march. And the stats are going to show you the kind of the deal. Infinite Firepower by far the most, and that doesn't surprise me at all, right? It procs quickly, it does a lot, it's really, really quite strong. And then there's another one, another player, oops, this one I believe. Yes, another Infinite Firepower. Now this one's not maxed. This player is also choosing to go battle stance in tangent with it. And this player is very strong, nearly maxed out everywhere. And we can see kind of the damage here. It tops the chart again, even topping its normal ultimate. And it's only level 6. So this kind of shows you the power both ways, right? It is one of the best mage skills in the game. I would consider it the best mage skill by quite a bit. It's probably the best mage skill at 5 or 6, actually, just mathematically, because you can see that even here, Annihilation is on this Mega Whales March. And even though they're comparable, Infinite Firepower is better than it at probably level 4. So yeah, you can see just how much damage it's doing here. And let me get that first report and see how much damage it did there. Oh, wrong player. This one. No, this one. There we go. Stats. Yeah, so it's topping the chart everywhere. Most people are using it on Loki. It's good on everyone. It's going to be good on Himiko. It's going to be good on, let's say, Hammurabi. Like, any mage you're using, it's just going to be good. If you're a woo carry, whatever it is, it's just the people who tend to be massive spenders are the Loki holy players, and so most people are putting him on Loki. So yeah, do I suggest you get it? If you're a big spender and you got the money, absolutely, it is the best mage skill in the game. If you're a mid player kind of debating to dip into Triss, it might not be worth it. There's other ways to find value, and as you can see from one of the other reports, it's not like super valuable unless it's your main, right? Like if you just slap it in the second, it's not going to change much, right? Really well coordinated teams are still going to win. If you're not running like web with all the good skills, it's just not going to be effective. So you can't just slap it anywhere. It's got to be in the main. You have to have a main in the main, a mage in the main. A lot of players are not playing with a mage in the main, so it doesn't really fit the meta, right? Here's all the super whales. They're not using a mage. I wouldn't put infinite firepower here, right? So it's up to you and your play style if you want to get it. But that's all the data. That's kind of what it looks like. If you guys like these kind of videos, let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.